Now we reach to block cipher, which is one of the modern method for cryptography, and is one of the methods that has been most widely used in cryptographic algorithm. This method also can provide a strong secrecy for authentication services, and especially it has been used in DES or DES method that we will describe in the next slides. Okay. As described in our previous lecture, the cryptographic algorithm can be divided in two methods: symmetric and asymmetric. And as you know, symmetric methods are divided in block cipher method or strip ciphers. In block cipher, these methods work on a block or on a word at a time, which is some number of bits. What does it mean? It means that all of these bits have to be available before the block can be processed. Okay? And a strip cipher work on bit or byte of message at a time. Hence, process it as a string, not as block. We will describe both of them. Anyway, in block ciphers, as we described, we have some blocks for encryption and decryption as well. In block cipher, we have plain text of n bits. PT means plain text. Plain text of n bits. And we try to convert this to n-bit ciphertext block using a key. Here, the key length can be different from the length of each block. Okay. Now, one question. Please think about that. Let me know. Can n bits of cipher text city can be less than n of plain text? It is possible that n here in cipher text be less than n here in plain text. It could be. Please think about that. No. Why? Because we will lose some part of information. And another question similar. sorry, another similar question. Oh la la, it doesn't work properly. Can n of cipher text be greater? Be greater than n of plain text? For instance, here you have 32 bits, and here 40 bits. If it is possible, the answer is yes, it is possible, but it may include some redundancy. Okay, hence it is essential to consider n bits equal block size in each part, plain text and ciphertext. And in our regular examples as 3DS or 3DS, n here is equal to 64 bits and the key length is 168. And for AES method we can see n and the key size. Here the key size can be different. Okay. Okay. In these methods, the strength of the encryption method is a function of key length. Because we consider, as we said, we consider that the encryption and decryption algorithm is known by anyone. Hence, the key here is so important. As we said in the previous table, when the key size is increased, the time needed for broken the system is increased as well. Okay. Here you can find some explanation. We have also one term or concept as permutation. In permutation, in fact, you map each input to another unknown code. For instance, consider some digits here are mapped to another. For instance, 4 is mapped to 3. It's known as permutation. You can consider that for any input of length of n bits, the total possible permutation is equal to n factorial. Okay, it means that the permutation table is considered as secret key, and without knowing this secret key, permutation look random. It is really randomized. Anyway, we will need permutation, hence we describe it in this slide. Anyway, normally block ciphers methods are built upon iteration. What does it mean? It means that normally we have some iteration that we call it as a round function. In fact, to encrypt a message like M, we need some iterations. For instance, in AES method, the number of iteration is equal to 10. The number of round. The question here is that in each round, as you can see here, typically we need some keys. Okay, I repeat, block ciphers normally are built by iteration. Okay, this iteration is made with a rand function. For instance, R is a function R, and in each round 1, 2, 3, n, we have also round key 1, 2, 3, etc. Okay, the message M is then can be encrypted using this function R that stands for round function. This function takes one of the round keys and the current state of the message. For instance, here M1, here M2, here M3 as input. Okay, the sequence of steps are applied iteratively until we reach the final round n, K n, and then the concatenation of the output of R is our ciphertext or C. Normally, different ciphers have different amounts of rounds. In fact, different methods. As you can see here, in 3 this, the number of rounds is equal to 48. Okay. Anyway, block ciphers are rather slow compared to string ciphers. The longer the key, the slower they are. Anyway, we can do many things with block ciphers that we cannot do with string cipher. Okay. Here you can see the same explanation that I explained during the previous slides.